Give our viewers, Rahul, a sense of what's at stake in your view when it comes to the national big picture.
Okay, so I think at least in 3 states, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab and Manipur, on these 3 states, there is a consensus among pollsters on the direction of the victor. So I think tomorrow, forecast can go wrong, but most likely when you have this kind of consensus, the chances of victor overturning is very low. What you might see only in differences in magnitude. And you opened your discussion today on the resort politics. That's only taking place in 2 states, which is Goa and Uttarakhand, where there is sort of divided opinion on among pollsters. So going forward, if these results hold tomorrow, what we are looking at basically BJP becoming a little bit more dominant player in national politics.
More dominant than they already are?
Because, like what happened in last one or 2 years, it seemed post 2019, BJP was not doing well in state assembly elections. They didn't do well in Maharashtra, in Jharkhand, in, the only place they won was Assam in that sense, right? So coming back in UP and Uttarakhand and Manipur, if they manage to do these 3 states in a way, and it's a midterm between two places. So first implication, BJP will look more dominant, and this will have a bearing on the presidential elections that is going to come in May. Second, if Congress doesn't manage to, they seem to be doing badly in Punjab, and if they fail to come back in Uttarakhand, which was a state they should have won very comfortably, the terminal decline of Congress that began in 2014 is less likely to be arrested.
What could go wrong with Pradeep Gupta's poll tomorrow, if you were to look at it academically?
Given the size of his sample in most of the states, the chances are low that his poll would go wrong.
The direction could overturn, the chances low.
Yeah, because all other pollsters are also predicting it. Like in case of Bengal, and sorry Pradeep, in Bengal he got wrong, but in that time there were pollsters who were saying that TMC is going to win. So there was a divided opinion. This time, because there is a consensus, the chances is less likely that he'll go wrong. If he's going wrong, then most other pollsters are also going wrong in UP and Punjab. And what could change things in Punjab, because the turnout decline was by 7 or 8%, right? And so it's very difficult to account for where is the turnout declining. Last time that happened in Bihar, but there was no, time between Bihar's last phase and the counting day, and that's why pollsters failed to sort of do their math properly. But Punjab election this time closed a month before the counting day, so I hope all of them.
If they get Punjab, Manipur wrong, then you could just do tarot. You could just do tarot because there's no difference.
True.
But tell me, Pradeep Gupta, you're looking at the numbers. What, according to you, have you identified as being the X factors which could change things from what you predicted on the 7th?
So there are
in either direction.
Yeah, there are different factors in different states. Let's talk about UP first, which is the biggest one. The only thing, the voters turnout among the male and female of the 7th phase, which is not known at the time of putting the numbers, on the channel's scoreboard. So that's the only thing. Based on our past experience and based on the 17 and 19 trends, we could easily see that, and based on this time phase 6, female is voting in a big numbers, particularly in Purvanchal, because Purvanchal, most of the men is migrated for their occupation, but I don't see any other possibility of my poll or any other factor which can go wrong with our.
So from what I'm understanding of what you're saying, if at all you think on that 288 number there could be an upside, because that's what the raw data is suggesting, rather than that 288 coming down to 200.
Yes, I mean the upside is that it can go up to 336, which is 10 seats more than our the higher side of the range. The lower side of the range is our 288. That can go up to 275 or 270. That is it. I mean, I don't see any other possibility.
Rahul, I have a question for Pradeep. The general reaction to his thing is that, and he also says that it is heavily dependent on the female voters. But the female, the sample that he has taken is much less than that of men. And he's extrapolated it to from 27% to 50%. Yes. How do you?
Yes, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Saraji, see, it's like this. There are about 3.5 lakhs voters in each and every constituency in Uttar Pradesh, average. So we take 300 sample size. Now imagine, where is 3,50,000 and where is 300? So we need to maintain the representativeness. We need to maintain the representativeness. And when you said 27%, you are right. But that 27% amount to 32,000 women we have spoken to. 32,000 women. So if we are calculating our prediction based on 300 numbers on that particular seat, now can you imagine 32,000 women across the state, how
so
they are voting?
Basically, the point he's making is, even though there is an extrapolation, the base is robust enough because 32 is a big sample. And remember, when we do more to the nation nationally, the sample size is often less than 32,000. And therefore, if for women the sample size this time is 32,000, and for the state of UP it's 1,20,000, and you can you can draw this out. Statistically, it's a robust enough sample. And then, of course, applying weights is always fraught with statistical danger, but it's a reasonably robust assumption he's making.
Also, one more thing, Rahul, this is the case in India. Women are sometimes, reluctant to talk, which is the case always, and we have called 48 elections, right? We have called 48 elections.
You're assuming that the women that you've spoken to,
out of 52,
and the ones that you didn't speak to, have voted the same. The problem could be if those that you didn't speak to voted differently from the ones that you spoke to. That statistically is a nightmare. So yes, of course, why do you think he has a bulletproof jacket and a helmet on? He didn't just come with his bulletproof jacket for no reason. Yes, Rahul. 2 points.